Once again, Grandmaster Amon Ra here. I'm just getting over sickness. My little girl has got a little bit of a sickness. My oldest has got a little bit of a sickness, but that goes through the family every once in a while. Eva is busy keeping us pumped with the right type of fruits and vegetables. I'm supposed to get some orange juice. So this is Grandmaster Amon Ra here. I want to come on real quick and Doreen Tate, one of our greatest supporters here in this channel, sent me a link where the Black Authority, I don't know if you guys know that guy with the big mouth, got on there with some poor chick, and peace, brother, Mr. Private Beam, got on there with some chick on his show. She called in. She was trying to be very, very respectful, while that loudmouth guy used his loudmouth talent to try to push a point that had absolutely no foundation. And that was the point. The point was, you are a black American and you was enslaved. And that's the end of the discussion. That was what he had said. And the woman was, I don't know, talking about going to Liberia. And he was saying 40, 50,000 Liberians or 400 Liberians are trying to get into the United States. And so therefore his conclusion was, why are we trying to go to Africa when the African is trying to come to America? And this was an argument that was there some year ago, and I addressed it, but it seems like when you put down I'm the Black Authority, that just says that you're a Negro. And you banking on America, and you think that if America might somehow turn around after 400 years and try to change this idea of oppressing us economically and acting like they're not doing it, is going to somehow change. If you already know, you go through the history, you know the history of white folks. And the history of white folks is like, if you just read, you can't even imagine. First of all, dream up something like slavery, and you go like from 5 and 6 trips back and forth, chaining up blacks in a boat. I mean, that don't get on your nerves. That's a problem. That's a sickness with the people, man. But I understand them. And the problem is that they know that we're better than them. They know they can't live without us. And they know they need us. And if you consider yourself an African, then you understand this. But if you consider yourself a Black American, you know that they the master. You know that you think they're smarter than you. You think that they can get along, and they just giving. We're lucky to have them not annihilate us, and so on and so forth. And that is the narrative that they created in the 1600s that they still perpetrate to this day. They must have you believe that you are black and American first. Then, because they're the ones who created this, not Jesse Jackson. Okay, Jesse Jackson came up with the term, but that they defined the term, what Black American was. They used the media, they used the television, and through all of that, that's how they decided that we was going to be gangsters, drug dealers, deadbeat dads, criminals, prisoners, all of that. Every once in a while, they sprinkle a little, what benefits some particular black, like the Black Tuskegee Airmen did this and that, and they're not even going to give you the full bucket. They just take out little bits of it and sprinkle. They won't tell you the truth that we invented the car in the United States. And they stole that idea and took it from us. So there is nothing as spectacular that we can do as black people that they're going to say, well, you guys, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. That goes against their narrative of being better than us. Now, some of us that are conscious really know that, okay, yeah, if it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be no America. See, but it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than the fact that they wouldn't have been able to have America if we wasn't here. They wouldn't even be able to survive. They wouldn't even be here. Spain wouldn't even be there to develop itself to a point where it can develop ships and travel to other parts of the world. If it wasn't for the Moors. So pulling them out of the Dark Ages, which is a history they don't really want to bring us into. Let me see these lines. I can scroll this. How are you doing to get the economics he speaks of? There's no economics he speaks of. Many of these people is just entertaining at the point. No, you might say they're entertaining, but your subconscious mind is very delicate. You and your conscious mind can understand, but your subconscious mind can listen to that, what you think of calling entertainment, jokes and laughing, that not serious. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what's true and what's reality and what's true. So you watch a Star Wars movie, and your subconscious mind can slide right into believing that's Luke Skywalker, and then the gang is got the Force. It's a very strong effect. Black authority probably behind the scenes is getting paid to keep people from thinking that they black. But in his show, half of the time he's talking crap about black people, how they do, how we lose, shiftless, lazy, how we don't organize. But he then got to defend blacks against being African. It just makes no sense. The reason why we are shiftless, lazy, don't want to do, scared, fearful, won't go in there, because we are under the guise that we are Black Americans or African Americans. You cannot be an American by definition with all the bad treatment that they're giving us. Okay, peace. Lance Kelly, there you are. Thank you for coming. Quick, true. Malcolm X said it clearly. It's not a battle of the physical fight. You'd lose in the physical fight. Just ask Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. They lose. Great hope, right hope. What's the definition? Great white hope. You people know that term where they put their best white fighter hoping he could beat a black fighter. And pound for pound, that's impossible. But you see, for black people, they want you to believe like, okay, if you're Black American, then you believe all people are equal. And ain't no equal about it. We the superior. We can create them. They can't create us. But if you run around looking at white people like, oh, they're so lucky. And they're so brilliant. They're not smart. If they were smart, they wouldn't have been doing all what they're doing to this day. If they were smart, they'd get their ass up and pick their own cotton. Build their own railroad. Architect their own White House. You understand what I'm telling you? Just the little sprinkles of history that they give us. Showing that we were superior. They couldn't win. Patton's army was black. How in the world could they win the war if it wasn't for us? Quiet as it is very much kept. Intelligent wise, we are superior to them. They couldn't do this without us, and that's why they keep that one of the greatest secrets. They make you think that they was bringing slaves over here to do physical labor. But they was negotiating for the architects and smart men and historians and the wise people to get them over here to try to figure out the knowledge that they had. You don't just somebody like me. I'm walking around Africa, all the knowledge that I have, and they come and they grab me. Now you see they looking at me. They is this a field hand or what? And I'm like, what the hell are you people doing? You know, I resent this treatment. And they're like, that guy's articulate. Even if I'm speaking my own native language, they bring in another white guy and he figures out that I'm expert in math or expert in whatever crop analyzation or whatever. They chain me up in a special place. They don't put me on the bottom of the boat with all of them guys. They put me right next to the door where they can give me some extra rations and check on me every day. And when I get to the shore, they pull me to the side. I ain't on no auction block. I go to a special room where these guys come in and try to get the information out of me on how to do what, because they not intelligent like you think. They know where the knowledge comes from. You can look at Washington D.C. and see it's just a copy of ancient Egypt. If you're all smart, you have your own kind of city, but you gonna go to the Library of Congress and look at the design of the Library of Congress. Somebody break that shit down. That's all ancient Egypt. It went all through that trying to figure out what was what in ancient Egypt. And at the same time lying to us talking about the pyramids held pharaohs inside the pyramids. Nothing like that. The Great Pyramid of Giza was a nuclear power plant. Plain and simple. You can still go there today and people are going to tell you. So to try to first of all think like white people are intelligent, if they were so smart, why the hell would they need to hide all our accomplishments in history and throughout history? If they were so smart, more smarter than us, why would they do that? Why would they continue to do that to this day? If they were so smart, why couldn't they come and just pat us on the head and tell us, no, son, this is not how you do it. You don't do drugs. You don't do gangs. Let me help you. They would be using us to show us that we would be models of something that could be, a decent citizen. If they was intelligent. If they had the smarts. But they don't have the smarts. Abraham Lincoln all but said so when he had Frederick Douglass, an ex-slave, giving him advice to run the government. Now they hate that fact that they know you smarter than them, but they never say. They rather live in the fantasy world of thinking that you below them. While they got a secret group going around economically depressing us so that we don't have no money, so we just like a house of cards. This is your life in America. It's not about you as an individual. It's about your people in general. And you got this thing all twisted. We are Africans. Now, the Black Authority and Boyce Watkins and Tikla Creek and all of these other guys now have to distinguish themselves between that. The Black Authority has now faced the facts, because I'm telling you people, and you people are going on them other shows, and you guys are telling them what's up. So that's good. But I'm telling you, look, what is a Black American? Is it a name of positive standings? Considering that we're the most in jail, the most arrested, the first, last hired, first fired, pulled out of unions, taken away from main jobs, our communities burned to the ground, nobody is arrested and put in jail for that. We're dragged around in behind pickup trucks, shot point blank in the range for no reason, choked to death. shot in the back while running away from a parking policeman. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Told to get out of your own neighborhood that you lived in for 10 years. Because you want to hang around white people. No, go to another country and show me the way communities are like that with the people. Go to another country. Show me 400 years of that kind of behavior. Where the people is lynching their own people on the street. Where the government is doing nothing, lynching people hanging by trees. Come on. 98% of black people that was put in prison today, in prison without a jury trial. 98% didn't have a jury trial. Now you tell me what the frick frack is going on. Think. 98% of black people in prison in there because they plea bargained. Because they didn't want to go in front of a jury because the whites was going to make them have a harsher sentence. This your justice system. You Negroes out there. You think and still believe in you part of America. It's your justice system. Ain't no justice system like that here. They're changing the rules every day. The only solution to 98, 99% of black people's problems with the United States, the only solution is to leave. And frankly, I'm going backwards when I talk about this subject because we already went through this. Put me in a debate with black authority. Put me. And watch the sparks fly. He's going to be yelling and screaming. He's going to be cutting me off because he ain't going to know the reality. When I ask him the simple question, what the hell is a black American? That's a positive thing in America. When I give birth to my children, I'm putting they're black American. They're African American. What the hell? What's the benefit of that? Yeah. You know, you got black people here to get born and go put some bleach on, and then they're trying to turn themselves white so they can just be not black. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Damn. So you remember the white guy that wrote the book? He painted himself black. And went out in the world and he saw the reality of being black. And we take that for granted. I mean, we take it like it's normal. You don't know what it's like to walk around and the people ain't staring at you. You want to cross the street right quick and you can't walk the street because you know that feel like white people in every window watching you, waiting to call the police for you. Oh, we got a jaywalker. Isn't that a felony? Felony jaywalk. I'm waiting for that. What the hell does the J mean anyway? I always wonder. But that's the situation. And we just dance around it like it's okay. Okay, they got me on that end. Let me go this way. Oh, they're blocking that side. Let me go there around this side. Oh, can't go on that side. I know what happened last time to so-and-so. You see? And meanwhile, you don't realize that your life isn't like that. They got us. They got you. And the black authority is now getting a taste of what is the reality. That black people in America should realize, and if they want to make sense of the oppression that they're getting, simply need to say, I'm not an American. They're going to say, like white people don't lie. They lie. They lie and say you are. They say, well, what's that? Well, how is that? But you ain't got no land. You ain't got no language. You ain't got no culture. So what's a black American? You ain't got no land. You ain't got no culture. You ain't got no dress code. You ain't got nothing to show that you are a people. Because if you ain't got land, then you ain't got nothing. But if you're an African, you got land. You got access to land. You see? Big land. Far. Wide. Vast. When you come, you see, you don't understand. You're in America and you feel like, okay, the white man, the white man, the white man. But then when you move on, when you fly over into Africa, you ain't thinking about the white man. You're looking at your whole situation changes. You forget about him. But you don't even realize you forget about it. Because you're focused outside now and you're seeing nothing but black. And this goddamn lie that the white man controls, Africa too, that's such a lie. Prove it. Doesn't make sense. How in the hell is the white man in charge of Africa and China, and they allow China to get 70% of the export export business? China ran all through Africa because the white man didn't give a damn about it. The IMF and World Bank was just exploiting poor African countries with loans that they needed to build infrastructure and then giving them all kind of conditions. You got to stop paying. You got to stop corruption. Meanwhile, in America, Enron and AIG is just rampant. People being arrested, $1 billion, $1 trillion robbery. And then they tell the African countries you got to stop corruption. At the same time, in the 90s, So finally, African countries said, "I had enough. I'm not doing that. I was here in the 90s. The IMF and World Bank, the president of Kenya, Daniel Amoni, was totally pissed. He's telling it like it is. He was trying to tell you that he was never going to do business with the IMF again. He said, "I don't care if his country has to, if people got to, eat rice off the ground. That's it, done." Because they kept giving him all kinds of stipulations and interest, back payments. He couldn't even fund his public school. He's seeing young kids going to school, don't have no desks, no chairs, because the government couldn't afford to pay. Bing, 2000 came. And 2000, what happened? Chinese delegation came in there, Kenya, and said, "Look, man, we can help you with the infrastructure loan. And we can do this and that." And, the African governments was kind of weary, but they was like, "Look, the Chinese ain't never did nothing bad to nobody. And shoot, this is a benefit, So they tried it in the year 2000. A lot of African countries. China had a deal project that they were going to go in the African countries and they had to try to help them out. Now, the Chinese bank is just like the IMF bank and the World Bank. They're going to lend you money. You're going to pay them back. They're going to build your infrastructure. And they're going to do a damn good job. So the first thing the Chinese did was say, like, "Look, this thing going to end. We're going to start this project on this day. We're going to end on this date." Now go look and research. The Chinese were serious. When they say they're going to build a road and it's going to be finished by what a date, that's it. They done. Now look at the IMF and the World Bank. They still got projects today that stalled. They went to the Inga Dam and tried to build up the Inga Dam. They funded the Inga Dam, and then the Congolese government realized that they could have twice as much energy with that dam. So they went back to the Americans and told them, "Look, we want to expand that dam so it can be this big." And the Americans just, the next day, just said, "We out." Go look it up. Inga Dam project. The United States just backed out. No real explanation. That's American. That's how they do business. They gonna come and announce it on TV. "We, America, giving them $50 billion for over 5 years." He ain't gonna do that. Where did they ever succeed at doing something like that? When they say, for the next 6 years, America's gonna put in $30 billion, and they don't even put in $3 billion, $1 billion. And the African governments is just too kind to come out and say, "This is what they did to me." But there are some politicians out there that wrote books explaining this. You see, some journalists came out and said many times how the IMF is underdeveloping Africa. And now the Chinese came, and the Chinese bank was straight to the point. "Here's the money. Here's the infrastructure. We gonna make sure that it's gonna be finished on time." Africans was like, "Okay, yeah." Now you think that the Chinese brought in like 50 million Chinese workers? Surely, come on. China is big. They doing infrastructure that's out of this world. They ain't no Chinese. They gotta beg Chinese to come to Africa. They ain't got no Chinese gonna want to. Oh, I got some Chinese go to Africa. No, them little short Chinese, tight, light skin eyes like these people walking around there in Africa, and all these big ass black Africans looking at them everywhere they go. They know what it's like to feel like a minority. Ain't nobody want to be like living it like that. The Chinese ain't interested in Africa, like populating Africa with Chinese. That's impossible. If they had babies with us, their babies would be black, just like the white man's babies would be black. They already know that's mixing the races. That's out the question. With an African, that shit is dangerous, because all he gonna do is eliminate you. That's all we would do. You put us in a field, put us in a private valley somewhere with like 50 black men, 50 white men, 50 white women, and 50 black women. And then you come back 100 years later and see what you see. You just see mixed black people all over the place. You won't definitely see no extra whites. Them same 50 whites would be dead, and everybody would be of color. Straight like that. Even the England know that. Even the royal family know they got to put some black blood in there, man. Because you can't keep having them pale white babies. They become sickly. I'm just telling you the real. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't be mad at me. Be mad at Frances Cress Wilson. She tried to tell you. They are genetically recessive. They know this, but they don't want to say that when you be confirmed to the idea that you're a black American, then you believe like you equal with the Mexican. You equal with the white man. But somehow he's ahead of you. Maybe why, you don't know. But if you just work hard and everything is going to be okay. And we already know that's not the truth. Because the reality is we are African. They see African in us. They have tricked us into believing that we something else that we not. And then they got to define it. And they get to put it on television and define the way we want us to be. Like the Bill Cosby show. Dr. Hustable is a doctor married to a lawyer. Now, how many of us got that kind of thing going on? Two black people, professionals. But you love to watch that show because it gives you like the possibilities are there. You know. You got to see the psychological damage these type of shows do to you. They make you believe like that some shit is possible. Prince of Bel-Air. Well, you in Bel-Air and the guy's a judge and he's living in Bel-Air. How many people got that going on? Like he ain't got no relatives that's in the low class, which he did, which was Will Smith, which was he came in and where was the show being filmed? It was filmed in Bel-Air. And every day you watch that show, you like, he's so lucky. Look at that kitchen. Look at that living room. Oh, look at the clothes that he gets to wear. You know? And your dumb ass is struggling to work and trying to say like that's a possibility. If I did that, I'd be happy like Will Hutt. No. That's not the reality. The reality is you're an African American. You're an African. And you ain't nothing else but African, except you sleep and think you Black American. They giving you some sort of what I don't know. What's the privilege they give you? Food stamps? Subsidized housing? I don't know whatever the benefits they give you, the shit that they pull on you is 10 times worse. We all got stories, and many of you got stories that you done blocked out your mind. It done happened to you, and you just let it slide. You was in a department store and somebody called you a nigga. Two white people walked past you, started laughing behind your back. A co-worker at the job just don't want to be friends with you at all. He just, and you've been working with the motherfucker for 6, 7 years next to him, and they ain't never said nothing but hi and bye. And then one day you working and you look at him like, damn, I don't know nothing about this guy. Refused to tell me anything about himself, but he just look at me like that. But the moment you start talking about your personal life, they all up in your face, all ears. Go to that goddamn job and say, man, I don't consider myself an American. I consider myself an African. Watch the tables turn. Go to your job and tell that brother, look, I'm getting ready to take me a trip to Africa. Tell him that. Watch that shit. Watch how things change. Watch how they treat you differently. Watch how all the sick games that they sneaky do behind they, but you think they think that you don't know. All of them sneaky games, all that shit changes when they see, when you tell them I'm moving to Africa. I'm focusing my energy on leaving America. But you got to believe that shit. You can't just be saying it and not believe it. Some of you guys are still on the fence, and you still think that you somehow you're still a black American. Well, you're the product of your environment, and you need to break away from that environment. The moment you land your plane, happy ass in Africa, and walk around a little bit, you're gonna come to the realization. That's what I'm saying. Come here and see for yourself. Now, that's different from what Black Authority was saying. Black Authority, take your ass on, go. Take your ass on and go. You know, it's like, you know, he done with you. Because he really don't have nothing else to tell you. You see, if a Black American was something, the Black Authority would have been there laughing and saying, look, this is what the reality is. You know, you go to Africa, you can't make it. Because A, B, C, D. He's not doing that. He coming up with crap talking about the whites running Africa. Show me. Show me where the whites is running Africa. Show me. Oh, the whites can take over Africa anytime they want. Well, the whites is like a 7% of the world population. They ain't take over nothing. You got other whites. It's not just, they got the Russians. They ain't interested in that. They ain't got no big deal with slavery. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? You got the French. They ain't the ones. They got their own problems. So you tell me where the United States gonna go bomb an African country because black people went to that country? So anytime now they're gonna bomb Ghana. Definitely. Definitely the first country they're gonna bomb is Ghana because that's where all black people are supposed to be going. Like a fool. Like fools. Going to a country that ain't got no infrastructure beyond Accra. Okay, Eva telling me don't talk bad about Africa. Don't talk bad about Ghana. Okay, I'm sorry. But when I compare Kenya with Ghana, I say like black people's first visit to Africa should be in Kenya, not Ghana. I let them go wherever they want, honey. But there are black people that are going to Ghana because they've been propagandized that they think that that's going to be the good place to go to first see Africa. And I'm saying modern Africa is bigger than Ghana. And they need to see that. Because where is the black person that came to Kenya and told me I was lying? Even Ghanaians have come here and told me it's the facts. They were surprised. So if you got the money, go to both. But I'm still waiting for the first person to come and tell me, I mean, you was lying. All I get is attacked by Ghanaians because they know it's really true, but they didn't want to say. And I'm not just talking about Ghana. I'm talking about any African country that don't have enough opportunity. Any African country, not just Ghana, not just Gambia, not just Senegal, not just Liberia. Any country where you can't get in there and get an opportunity to grow a business to a well-established point is not for the first people, the pioneers that come here, not for the first people that land here. And I'm saying that I have been around to different countries and I have seen what they offer. And I'm saying that right now, maybe it'll change in the future, But right now, Kenya is your best place to go for your first visit to Africa, not compared to all these other places. The people here speak very good English. The people here are friendly. The country is big, got a big tourism industry, got a big IT industry, it's got a big business manufacturing industry. I mean, business, not manufacturing. Business IT industry is there. They got a big agricultural section. They got a transportation. There's big business here. People is moving. They busy. And I think that is a mark that you need to look at when you first come to the African country. First of all, they speak English. How well do they speak English? English is good here. You can understand what they're saying, like 80, 70% of the population. If you're going into the city, it's 80, 90%. You can see the people who don't speak English, and they just people from up country. They don't even speak Swahili. They speak their own tribal language, and they walking around. They be just as lost as you are. You don't speak English. Go to the bar, go to the store, and the person is going to say, you know, can I help you? Not biggie diggy baggy. And that's what happens in Tanzania. Everybody's gonna speak Swahili, and you'd be frustrated trying to go buy something that you look for a part or a tool, try to do business there, and everybody got to fight to find English to help you. Otherwise, I would say go to Tanzania. Uganda is another small country. You it has its issues, and it's just it just models itself, tries to model itself to keep up with Kenya, but Kenya done long since surpassed them. They still talk about building the railroad in Uganda, and Kenya done already completed theirs and completed 2 phases of it. They serious here. And another thing about Kenya is the Chinese pretty much like Kenya. They like it. I mean, they do business with other countries, but they generally like Kenya. And the meanwhile, the Western propaganda is trying to make the Kenyans hate the Chinese. Very bad. Where would you be without the Chinese if they didn't invest in this country from the year 2000? So that is what I'm trying to say. Black authority and the rest of these guys are going to have to come to grips and lay the law down and choose a side. It's just not anywhere around it. He cannot get up and talk about anything Black American and then at the same time say that that's something that's a benefit. Because when you watch his show, even Tariq's show, even Hidden Colors, it's all about how bad they did us. I mean, let's face it, Tariq has made his money exposing how white people basically did us with the Hidden Colors series. Look what they did to us. Look, they did this. Well, in the 1400s, the ABC did this. It's a brilliant series. And you get the black people going on there telling them what the white people did was this, and what the white did this, and then they did this. They did this. They did that. We could do that all day because you ain't, because you thought you was Black American, or you get yourself caught in the Black American experience. Now I'm here in Africa. I've been here for 20 years. What's my mindset? How do I feel? How things going with me? People always want to know. You talking all that, but how are you? And I'm doing a show on how to become wealthy in Africa. But you guys gotta support the show. Like and subscribe, and then support the channel through theworldwemit.com. The information is in the comment section. You guys are listening to me, but you guys are not realizing that every channel needs to be supported. And we're not doing the Patreon, and we're not doing the super chat where the YouTube people take out 30% of the money. World Remit allows you to invest into Africa directly. So if you believe what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying, if you agree with what I'm saying, put some few coins in to World Remit and take it out of America. Every coin you pull and support this channel comes to Africa. Boom. And helps us here. So yeah. Let's do that. So I wanted to, uh, I don't want to lose my last point on this. We got to simply come to the realization, and you're gonna have a fight. Some of you guys are already like looking at them, but I'm trying to tell you, the question to any black leader in America today: are you African or are you Black American? And when they say Black American, then you need to, okay, well, then you're a Negro. There's no such thing as an African a Black American in Africa. Once you come to Africa, you're African. The people ain't gonna sit up here. They're gonna come in and try to. It's a novelty at first, but eventually you're gonna have to break down and assimilate. So what how are you doing things? How are you doing your things? Okay, fine. Let's talk about me. As you guys already know, I told you I'm not no young man. And yes, I've been here over 22 years. December 7th, I was here now, 22 years now. And I came here with the mindset of seeing if it was possible for blacks 20 years ago. What you guys are doing today, I did 20 years ago. I realized this 20 years ago. You're just now catching up. And I knew it was inevitable back then. So, welcome to the club. But for the last 20 years, I'm here to tell you, it's very easy to live as an African. You ain't gonna starve. You ain't gonna have no wars. You ain't gonna have no white people telling you what to do. You ain't gonna see no white people. You ain't gonna have no harassment by police. You ain't gonna have no large, sophisticated credit system that can follow you wherever the hell you go. You ain't gonna have people that don't walk around and don't want to talk to you. Your kids gonna be safer. The education is gonna make them smarter, and it's gonna be a very simple and easy life. That's all you ask for. When the police is harassing you, don't you know when you get in a situation like that? Don't you just feel like, why are you guys bothering me? Can't you guys just leave me alone? Can we all just get along? That kind of thing. You feel it like that's all you want, and that's what you get when you come to Africa. That simple peace of mind feeling, and you don't have to worry about all that. So I can't really talk a lot about my financial situations and things like that online, of course, and I don't. I'm very careful, but I can only tell you that there's plenty of opportunity, and you're not going to be hindered by, oh man, that guy at the desert, some white guy looking racist as hell with a swastika painted on the side of his face, and I got to go ask him for an application. Oh, you know how it is. You go to some places, you just see like that. I'm not even gonna try to go there. You look for no job. It's America. You know. You're sitting there with your friends, and then you go, man, I want to. What's happening over there with that butchery company? And they sitting there, black people telling you, don't go there. And that's how I don't know. And you like, okay, but that's opportunities that should be yours if you're an American. We're just settling. We're just settling. Don't let our children be like that. It's time to go and do a favor for them. And each and every time you spend out of the U.S., you weaken her. The way she has weakened you and oppressed you for 400 years. So that's what I wanted to say today. I see my chat is it's there, but it was off. Okay, let me go to the chats real quick. They bring you steak and white women, so steal your knowledge. Yeah, they listen to the Pharaoh who said that he's against going to Africa. Pharaoh, is that another motherfucker I need to find? Bring him on. Somebody give me some information on Pharaoh. That dude, is that the same dude that talking about he can't go to Africa because they ain't got no army? It's stupid dummy. You know, see, some of these guys, that guy's just too old for me to even try to deal with. I need a young fool to come out here and talk about that Africa ain't the place. Black Fist for Eva. The fraud authority is an agent just like Tariq. Yeah. So you guys seem to know this, but where are these people that want to come here and try to deny, but that deny that that's true. The idea of everybody wants Raymond Juta. Oh, come on, friend. The ideal everyone wants to come to the U.S. is propaganda. Yes, that's a big fat lie. You only coming for they're only coming for the exchange rate. If the American money was not like it is, propped up to the African money, people wouldn't even come here. And that's why I said we need to take advantage right now. You need to come here while the dollar is strong. It just went down 1 point, by the way, against the Kenyan shilling, and it's gonna go down seriously when the recession hit. So I'm telling you, get your ass here, use that money that you make, sell all that shit, and then come get you a small place in Africa and just say, hold on tight. And let day by day go by. Mr. Private Ben, I'm waiting on you. Mr. Private Ben, they just found the mass grave from Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. Yeah, I saw that. And nobody was convicted of burning down a whole goddamn black town. Damn. Salute Grandmaster Amara and family. Brother Durbin. Okay, I was listening. They act like all Africans hate us. There's nothing like an African hates you. If an African come up talking about go back to your country, 5 other Africans gonna go beat him up and tell him and take him to the side. You know, that's just stupid. You know what I mean? Not even 5, 10. So you got a fool everywhere, but nobody. I can't really see when I said somebody come. I've been in 22 years. Where can I remember an African Kenyan coming to me telling me go back to Africa? He's like, thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us. You know what I mean? Thank you for bringing your knowledge. That's what they say. They know the situation. Same goes for the African in Brazil and everywhere else. Let's not focus on Brazil. I know we had people that they were trying to get us. They had a little campaign. Snoop Dogg went to Brazil talking about Brazil. Black people go to Brazil. Any other place but the motherland. Start at the motherland, and then when you get yourself situated, then go see Brazil. But you go as an African. Once you become African and Africanized, you ain't gonna want to go to Brazil. The beginning of Brother Dorian, the beginning of the broth was good. They're giving some fake ass 2 Indian Caucasoids 200 acres of land, and we get nothing. Yeah. But I told you he wasn't African American, so why are you surprised? Dr. Claude Anderson pointed that out years ago that the white people was faking like they was Indians and getting all that reparation money. That ain't nothing new. And then the government like, okay, what's your name? I'm Wakatawa. And he's looking straight white with blue eyes, and they like give him the money anyway. But if he was black, they'd be making you give blood tests and everything else. Once black Americans move to the motherland, they need to get involved in government to help. You ain't gonna be black American once you get here, bro. It ain't gonna be like you're gonna have 2 generations. You're gonna marry your Kenyan woman, or your kid's gonna marry a Kenyan, and you're gonna be Kenyan. So it ain't like getting involved in government. We ain't enough of us to come and establish ourselves as like a black people. You black people in America, they made you black people. You African. When you come here, you just be African. You be Kenyan, you be Ugandan, you be Ghanaian, you be whatever you are. Wherever you land and decide you want to live, that's the kind of people you're going to be. As long as you're... And please, people, support the channel. Some of you guys, worldremit.com. I don't have a paper today. But let's keep this thing going. Okay, as long as you're in America, you are an agent working for the American Empire. And willingly and unwillingly. Because your tax money is still going to be paid to them. And they're going to use that tax money to buy police that's going to beat the shit out of your children. Uganda just passed a law that you get the death penalty if you're caught in homosexual act. White supremacy is pissed, but yet the Fraud Foundation claims white supremacy controls all of Africa. And that's a good point. And there's so many other points like that. I mean, come on. That's just propaganda. They don't control nothing. Your white people, don't make it flip off of me. Just jokes. Chris Zuga, America will never help the African country to complete with their economies. Yes, they fear that. But here the Chinese are helping us. So they ain't fearing no black people. They know, shoot, when the shit jump off and people got to fight Americans, a lot of African armies is going to go right around with the Chinese, And then when you get the troops on the ground, after they finish all of those stealth bombers and shit like that, when we got boots on the ground, they can't use all of that. And we just like hand-to-hand combat, that's it. It's over. You're going to see black African soldiers running up on black people in the streets of America. They're going to be shooting at each other. The next thing you know, they're going to like, damn, it's my brother. Then they'll be high-fiving, hugging each other. And America will be really pissed off. Whites will be like alone in the battle. The Chinese have Australia. That's empty and closest if they wanted somewhere to populate it. Yeah, well, that's just not the fact. I mean, they put billions and billions of dollars to build up China to be something great. And then you're going to talk about they want to move from China? That's not happening. Has the Black Authority ever been to Africa? That's a good question, but I doubt. Even if he did, he wouldn't there as a serious observer. Probably never, because you don't talk like that if you've never been. I remember when Phil Scott was talking all that crap about Africa. When he came, now you see the whole thing changed. And I love the brother because of the fact that he has enough integrity to say, hey, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that we need more people like that. But somebody like the Big Mouth Authority, that guy probably go to the death with that nonsense. I love the debating. Somebody please send my video to him. Tell him I would love the debate. Put me on his show. He gonna put some young black woman on there, and she gonna try to be nice with him. And they try to talk loud and be like they tough, but I'm a black belt, so I can back my shit up. I'm from South Central, so who, what, how, who gonna talk shit to me? They ain't joking. It's just that I don't want to put a lot of. I forgot if I hit the child friendly button on this show, so if I start cursing, then. But ain't nobody. I ain't never seen nobody whip my ass. I ain't never feared nothing like that. That's just fighting, physically fighting. That's just a different area you don't want to go to. I'm a professional. I'm like the doctor of medicine when it comes to whooping ass. Physical pain, striking, kicking. Oh, no way. You're impossible. I done fought thousands and thousands. All my students, I had to fight them on a regular basis, train them how to fight. So you see, I'm fighting people on a regular basis for over decades. You know what I'm saying? I remember the time when I was in Kibera, and somebody said there was what was it? A Maasai warrior? Was it a Maasai? I think it was a Maasai. And I had like, wow, I want to go fight this guy. I want to see how he spars. So the guy came. He had some little few skills, and then everybody wanted to see what would happen when we sparred. And I threw one punch, and I was like, this guy's weak. You know what I mean? I feel so disappointed. And there was I sparred with him around. He didn't have no rhythm. He didn't. They had lacked the skills for actual real fighting. Something that black people, we got the talent for. You know what I'm saying? So that was the case. Chris Zugu, Tariq just found a hustle. Yeah, Tariq is good at telling you the history. Well, how come you guys in my chat room knowing all of this stuff? Where them fools that's gonna tell me I'm in you full of shit? Or were they gone? Or we finished them? Huh? So the next step is for us to talk about the trip. April 2020. Who's coming? Who's making their plan? I'm doing this on the phone, so you see now there's a lot of things I can't do while I'm on the phone. I can't type on this thing. Akru, Utariq, and Yvonne and Tone and Black Authority are promoting that nonsense. Yes, they're gonna lose badly. I just can't see how. I want to see what the hell, what the conclusion gonna be when they run into somebody like me. When they can get all these fools. They can put a caller. How are you? I'm fine. What's your question? I was thinking of going to Africa. Can you help me? Now they can attack him all day. Oh, you that's a fool. That's a blah blah. But you see, when they get somebody like me on there, hello Carla, how are you doing? I'm very much fine. So are you for America or are you for Africa? Well, I'm. You see, then they stumble because you're going to get them right to the point, and that start them off. When they just say, "Well, I believe that we black people should be in America because it's our home too." I'm like, so how can you have two different homes? And what do white people say about this being your home? And what about all of the lynchings and the things that they've done to us for over millions of years? Is this the kind of home you fighting to stay in? Huh? How's the weather right now where you are? So I wear them out. Master Amen, the Mzungu do control the currency in Africa. But I'm sure starting a business is encouraged. Okay, wait. Come on. This is JB. The Wazungu you're right. Okay, I have to agree. The American dollar is powerful and it does, okay, but it can't control, like manipulate, like drop and do all kind of serious crazy things. They can put sanctions on us and like that. But you see, times are changing. And African countries, like with what Gaddafi was trying to do, are pulling away from the dollar. And that's an ongoing battle. Now, guess who's going to win that battle? Africans are getting ready to do trade amongst the others. You see, African countries are dropping the visa, putting visas on arrival there. They're going to drop those borders. This is what's happening in Africa. What's going on right now. So 10 years from now, let's ask this same question. Brazil has look at what France is doing. Okay, France got all this banks in it. You gotta put the connection together. Right now, every day, every weekend, there's riots in France. It's still going on now. Paris is just on fire every weekend up to today. Workers are saying we don't want to lose our benefits. Now, this comes surprisingly at the same time when African countries are saying that they don't want to put their money back into France. Put the two, they're not trying to connect the two, but that's the obvious. African countries are moving away from France, and France can't pay its obligations to pay its workers all of those 3-day work weeks and, retire at 50 years of age. And they all of these kind of really ridiculous benefits the French was getting. Now they can't do that anymore. And the French people are like rioting. But you put the connection together. You wouldn't have a France as a first world country if it wasn't for Africa. Them 14 African countries is pumping in that money and materials and giving all of the minerals into France, propping up the country. But they're going to be just like England. Look at England. You quiet. Used to be the sun couldn't set on England. But they quiet today. They quiet. Used to be in Kenya every summer, the hotels would be full of British people coming on for holiday. Today, no, they quiet. Things is changing. So where you might see some truth in what you're saying about the Mzungu controlling the currency today, come see me in 5 years from now. Let's see what if we had that same argument. Chris Zugu, Brazil is a majority black mixed population, yet elected a Nazi. Yeah, they're still controlled by whites. Frank Kazurian, Amin Ra, have you ever visited West Africa before, Nigeria, Ghana? I have not visited there. And I'm not trying to talk bad about the country. I'm just saying that you got a choice. Your first choice to Africa should not be a small country. It should be something that's bigger than the Gambia. Okay? Now, that's not just me. I mean, I'm a good researcher, bro. I'm a good researcher. And you're going to start talking about Amin Ra. See, when you start talking about Amin Ra, instead of going straight to the question at hand, then you're just going to focus on me. You're mad at me for telling you the truth. So you see, you can't deny the truth. You can't make a comment about the truth. You got to put a comment, Amin Ra, or you, this and that. You see? But I'm just saying, sit down quiet with yourself. Don't look at me as the enemy. I just look at me as the person that told you the reality. Shit. You Ghanaians that hate me, have you ever been to Kenya? Come on over here. Your Kenyan blogger came into Kenya. The man, I forgot his name. The guy that, you know who I'm talking about. That Kenyan guy. He came to Kenya. First time ever coming to Kenya. And what did he say? What did he say when he got here and went around? He said he didn't know it was like this. He's like, all these other cities, like city after city got cities, not like one Accra and then the rest of them are small towns, masquerading like they cities and they not. 100,000 people. That ain't no city. You're joking. And I hate for black people to go to Africa, go to Ghana, run around, and then come to see that situation. You drive up on you take the local transport, the road is not paved, and then you land in it like this is the second largest city. And you from Philadelphia, and you from New York, and you're looking at that like, oh man, where's the hotel? There's 3 of them. Where's the eating place? Well, you can't go to most of those local ones because too many flies. But here's one, and then you go there and the food is 3 times the price. So don't tell me about going to a small country. I know what it's like. I've been to small countries. I'd be very happy to assimilate into Kenya. I met so many Kenyans who already think that I'm a Kenyan. They barely believe me when I say I'm an American. And you should learn Swahili, and you said, yeah. So that's the thing I want to say. Oh, I'm already an hour. Damn. I'm going to say last is that you're going to assimilate here. Black American is nothing. When you come here, you're just going to assimilate. You see? I don't know if you can see my kids. Those kids of mine. Yeah, they'll go through it. They're all Kenyan. All right, I gave birth to them. They all Kenyan. We had Kenyan IDs. Yeah. So don't tell me that you think that Black American is something. It's nothing. Come here and tell me, where you from? I'm Black American. And then they start talking in Swahili, and you ain't got no language you can talk to with your friend. You start speaking English fast with some slang on it, talk about that. Yeah, they don't understand that. That's good. They understand you, fool. You just don't know who you are. So the quicker you figure out you're an African, then the better off you'll be. Do I teach in Kenya? Yeah, I teach martial arts, and I got a business, which all constantly means I gotta teach people. I got my 18-year-old son here. I'm mentoring him into business and finance in Africa, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. They will say Africa is not our home. Who said that? Show me the person. I mean, come on. Look at Ghana is telling you, just come back home. Come to Africa, welcome home. Just come. We beyond all that. Just saw Tulsa 21 race war. It was so sad. So sad. That's right. Because black people had oil on their land, which they thought they was their land, and when they had all the paperwork right, all of the deeds and title deeds and everything was right, white people just came in and massacred them. And that's what the bottom line. They the majority. They got all the guns. They bottom line. They can just wipe you out. Start afresh. Without Africa, France would fall on the third world country. Yes, even the ex-prime minister said the same thing. The true lazy as every European. I'm here, brother. Dollar bill, dollar bill. How are you, bro? Chris Zungu. Beautiful kids. Oh, you guys just saw that? Okay, I'm right on time with the chats, huh? Yeah, these are my daughters. I got another daughter, and she just had a baby, living with her new husband. But anyway, that's their life. You see, we could talk about all the black activism. You can see all the the Creek talking to you from his living room and all of that, but he in America. You know what I'm saying? Go ask his wife if she gonna want to come to Africa and live. You know what I'm saying? Some of us is tied down by the black woman where we are. But I'm trying to tell you, first thing you do when you get to Africa is secure yourself a woman. I was going to say this is another show, but I'm going to add this last part in there since you guys are still sending me some show. The first thing you do when you get to Africa is secure your woman. If you got your woman in America, she got to be on board 100%. You're going to need that foundation. For whatever you do, wherever you go, you need that strong foundation. Now, if you don't have a woman in America, then you got plenty of African women here that will be here for you. You ugly? That's all right. You can get an ugly one. You fat? That's okay. You can get a fat one here too. You see, it's a large variety, and they know their job. It's not a matter of you got to be loving them everywhere they go, and you got to get along. You know, you ain't got to get along with her. She got to know her role as a woman, and you got to do your role as a man. You know what I'm saying? Simple. That's the foundation. Now from there, you go out and do your thing. Find your way to make money, but get the woman first. You know what I'm saying? Don't just pick the first one there. You got to really know that she's ready there when she got time for taking care of the family. Boom, she's there. You see? Yeah, she's just taking care. Look at that, putting the socks on how. Okay, she be overdoing it, but uh, yeah. Now you try to find that woman in America, and it's difficult because every day she's being bombarded with anti-family type of rhetoric. And there's so many single women in America that their whole mission is to take any woman that got a good man and derail that relationship. That's what happened to me. You know, my woman and I had a fight, and her best friend was in the courtyard of the apartment complex. Yeah, nigga, that's it. Ah, we got your ass. You screaming, yelling. Yeah, we got you. And I'm like, we got who? This was just a basic argument. Now she's just mad and want to go home to her mom. 2 days later, where was she? Knocking on the door, talking about I want my nursing book. And I knew that what that meant. I just grabbed her arm, pulled her in the house, and she said, "All right, go get your things." And she came back. You know, but that bombardment of nonsense continued. Must break these two up because I don't have no man, and so therefore my best friend should not be with a man. So whenever they get together, girlfriend to girlfriend, the topic inevitably comes down to your man ain't no good. And I was good. That's the problem. Like, anyway, let me say that because my kids watch this show, and then we're talking about them coming to Kenya for a raw family reunion, and they're asking me, should the mom? What about the mom? And I'm like, let her come. Shoot, you know, you know. We both, only her and I know what really happened, and so she wanted to come and just be around where I was, but not let me know that she was in town. That's not necessary. It's come straight. You're part of the family, whatever, no matter what you did. Some people commit murder in their family, kill other people's fiancés, and then they be right there with the barbecue. You'd be looking at them like, damn, shoot. So what am I forgive that. You know what I mean? I got more things to worry about with this one. I finally got a family that I can raise on my own. I've got a good woman that is there to support me. You do taekwondo, okay? Taekwondo is a sport. It's not a martial art. Just chew on that for a while. Oh, I mean, you see now, you guys making me think like I'm hating like I'm hating taekwondo. Taekwondo is not a martial art. It's a sport. That's the big thing around here. She has to buy her own ticket. Yeah, she's got to buy her own ticket. She's willing to do that. I know how much she loves to travel, and this would be a dream come true for her because she got somebody here. But she don't know nobody here. You see what I'm saying? Except me. And then if her kids come, then she know they there. So let the women come. Just don't bring that goddamn girlfriend of hers that, yeah, we gotta get rid of you. Let her be sitting in America while the girl comes here and takes pictures for the first time with our children 20 years later. You know what I mean? It's good for our children to see us anyway together, if it's even only one occasion. But I do jujitsu. I respect jujitsu. My system of Mantis Kempo incorporates jujitsu into it, so ground fighting is there. Yeah, you can look up Mantis Kempo on Facebook. Mantis Kempo. I invented that martial art. It's the largest martial art practice in the country right now. So you guys are looking at me like this guy, but you see, I've done a lot because the opportunities were there. I can't even begin to explain to you how much I have done in this country. And then in the next 2 weeks, oh man, I'm doing something that's gonna be amazing. I mean, totally amazing. It's gonna change the fucking face of sport karate throughout Africa, maybe even in America. So stay tuned for that. And we got to invest. I got my friends in America that want to invest in this thing. They're gonna come and we're gonna really boom this sport. But okay, this is the Grandmaster Amin Ra. Gotta let you guys go. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Do you watch bare knuckle boxing? No, that's ridiculous. Because you see, if you want to make money, and I'm about martial arts, and I'm about martial art business, and you can't make money beating people in the face. Your clients to pay you is not gonna pay you to let them be beaten up in the face for more than a minute. So that is, and then okay, another thing, if you come into Kenya, they're not that violent. You know, they violent things like boxing. They ain't all into that. The UFC, nah, they won't even go watch that. So that's why I say sport karate is a really great thing. Light contact, touch. Anybody can just walk off the spectator chair and get in the ring. You know. Grace sent you a friend request. Okay. You are familiar with professional Moses Powell. I have taken seminars with Moses Powell, and he has done me the lip thing like this one. You know, the nerve endings, and I did attribute to him in one of my techniques from what he had taught me. But another great jiu-jitsu artist who really inspired me and got me into that area of ground fighting was Cliff Stewart, Guru Cliff Stewart. And I always give him his props because he was a great man. He took the time with me to lock me and trap me, show me the pain, and show me that there was more to it than the striking and kicking. What's up, folks? Now you see, one of the things about this group is that we have a mixture of Africans, Ghanaian, Kenyans, and I appreciate that. So Black Americans out, you know, the channel is mostly for you guys, but we also have brothers from the continent that are here. I know they just listening to me. Wait, make corrections if I say something wrong, but you know, I appreciate all of that. So. Steve Muhammad. Steve Muhammad is my instructor. So he's coming in April 2020. If you know Steve Muhammad. Yes. He's my instructor for 10 years. Nobody trained with him longer consistently than I did. And we go way back. And like I said, I have been, because of the growth of Kempo in Kenya, we are supporting him and flying him out to Kenya so he can meet his Kenyan African martial artists. It's a big thing, April 2020. I can try to put that in the comment section. You guys remind me that those people that want to hear about that. Shahid, I don't remember Don Master Shahid. Mississippi, good day. How are you? True Fist of the North Star. Yes, I met him once. Okay. Well, I used to train. There's nobody's face or body I have looked at with these eyes more than Mr. Muhammad. For 10 years, watching him make a move and learning his style is just totally brilliant. It's just that the money part of it, where he was struggling, is where I just added in the business aspects to turn it into something that was extremely profitable. And since I was coming to Africa, we never really got that chance to sit down and say that. But you can see the results of what I have done in this country. And, you know, the way Kenyans have embraced Kempo has been phenomenal. And you can go on Facebook and you can find and see all the work that we have done. And know that I'm not just some black guy, you know, that came to Kenya. You know, I mean, I've been here. And those are business interests. So a lot of you guys don't deal with with the martial arts, but becoming black conscious, one of my things was that I wanted to help black people, and there was no better way than to teach them how to fight, teach them confidence in their abilities, and give them a means of income. Because I've shown them how, before I came, people did martial arts, there was no making money, but now people actually make a living teaching martial arts in this country, and that has the man with the fastest hand still today. Yeah, Guinness Book of World Records. Let me tell you, a quick story about Mr. Muhammad. So I was a green belt, and we had opened up a new school in Pasadena, and they had put in the time that the thing was going to start. And for some reason, Mr. Muhammad showed up early, and I was there helping my instructor, open up the place. So there came a time where we were just me and him sitting on this empty dojo floor, and he was looking restless, and so I was like, okay, well, you want to spar, Mr. Muhammad? And he was like, yes, okay. So I wanted to try to impress him, like you want to do. So I'm there trying to show him, because I was doing a lot of tournament fighting, and I consider myself good. So I'm trying to impress him with my ability. So I attack him, pow, 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 hit him, pow, 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 boom. He missed all the shots. I step back again, I come back in, boom, 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 bow, and he's like, he missing his shots. I'm like, what the hell? So I said, Mr. Muhammad, are you okay? And he said, yeah. I said, oh, continue. And I was like, okay. So I came in with again, the same way. That man checked my front punch, grabbed my reverse punch, pulled me into him with my own power, because my punch was snapping. So I'm pulling back, and my motion pulling myself back, because he had my hand, it pulled me into him. And then he hit me 5 times before, like in 1 second. I just pulled off the gloves and sat on the floor and was like, and I thought I was good. I thought I was good. But it seemed to me that he hadn't sparred in a while, so he needed a few moments to check my style out, my rhythm. When he got it, boom. You know what I mean? So I have been humble ever since. You know what I mean? I'm a humble guy in the first place, but damn, when he with that thing fight, I'm like, damn, never seen nothing like that before, and never since. So that is one small story, Mr. Muhammad. There's a time I was on the set with Mr. Muhammad of Money Train with Wesley Snipes. I got on the set with Money Train, and I met Wesley, and I was allowed to go on the set like 3 different days, and every day after you see the set and see how slow things move, the set of Money Train, even though it was in subway in New York, they built a subway in Los Angeles. So they had a section for the catering, because all these movie sets, they have like food, and you just walk in there and they think like you're part of the crew, and you can get any kind of food you want, chicken. It was like, damn, the best food. So by the second, third day, I was just coming to the set, going to the canteen, eating my ass off, and that was it. I also played in this movie, The Fan, of Wesley Snipes. He don't know me. Oh yeah, he know me, because I was with him when we did the farewell trip with Mr. Muhammad, when he was going to be Wesley Snipes' bodyguard. And Wesley Snipes is not a martial artist. He's just a great actor. Okay, I don't want to bust your bubble. Okay, he's a martial artist, but fighting in real fighting, no. Mr. Muhammad has told me many stories where he sparred with Wesley, and Wesley was like the same opinion as me. Who in the hell is this guy that got hands like that fast, And they used to do what they call slow sparring with Wesley. And Wesley used to always complain to Mr. Muhammad that he was speeding up. And Mr. Muhammad was like, no. And Mr. Muhammad introduced slow fighting, by the way. And that is a concept I really love. I try to get my guys to do that, but it takes so much discipline to learn how to slow fight, so that your mind can build up all the possibilities. When you speed up all the time, you miss things. I got a friend struggling in New York. He's Wing Chun stylist. It's not a matter of, I don't know if he's struggling or what you mean by that, but I'm saying business martial arts is different from doing martial arts. A lot of people are great teachers, but they're not great business people. And when you get to know me, you'll see that I was good at all of that. I was the best at tournament. I can say I'm highly successful in teaching. And I was also very good at making money. Even to this day, I'm still making money in martial arts. Oh, really? Yeah. He cannot do business. Yeah. And that's unfortunate. Even here, you got Kenyans, they learn the martial art, they become black belt. Then I try to tell them to take some seminars with me so that you can learn and understand. They run in there, they got 5 students coming in, paying them some money in their hand. They get all excited, and then they think that they can After about a year of like 10 people in the classroom, or they can't, oh, this thing don't make money. It's not that. It's that you're not willing to educate yourself in the financial area. You know, you think you know, but you don't know. And obviously, when you see the results of your teaching, that's why. So we get that all the time, and we deal with it. Okay, now you see, I'm stretching this thing beyond the point of into different areas, and I want to take you. So I mean, once again, I want you guys to support the show. Go to worldwithmid.com and send in your few $5. I know it's the holidays. Send in your little $5 and say I appreciate the show today. I'm and thank you. And those things is what really carries us on. And you know, I collect a list of all the people who have supported the channel, and then when my critics come and tell me I'm in your you don't make money on your channel, you should monetize. I can show them that we got people that believe in us because they supported the channel this way. Would you have been able to compete in the UFC? There was a time when I would have been able to compete in the UFC. Ray Wizard was our BKF guy, and he was the shortest fight ever. I think he was choked out by somebody, John Smith or something, choked him out in like 3 seconds because he didn't know how to ground fight. And he didn't, you know, he just came in trying to do point fight. Point fighting is not like knocking somebody out. And one of the things I took away from UFC were two things. First of all, ground fighting had to be part of fighting. So I spent the time with UFC guys and people that trained ground fighting and taught me how to ground fight to the point where nobody can ground fight me or choke me out. Then the second thing is about knockout power. You have to have a knockout weapon. If you can fight all day, but if you don't have ability to knock somebody out, well, you ain't got nothing. So you got to have knockout weapons. And then you got to practice those weapons even when you're 61 years old like me. You know, boom, wah, pop, you know, and then, you know, you keep them in your pocket. Nobody can see it. You know, no wand can detect it. You know, but if somebody started to fight you, you can set them up, get your knockout move, and it works every time because you practice on a heavy bag. So yeah. So when Ray Wizard got knocked out, it was a blow. He was a big champion and a mentor of mine, in fact. And I came to analyze what was happening, like I do. That's me. I analyzed all the situation, and then I came to realize that it would be easy for me to fight in the UFC because nobody could ground fight me out, and I was really able to not be hit to the point where I'd be knocked out. So, but I never did get in the ring, and I'm not. I don't care. I don't. I'm not sad that I never got in the ring because getting beat up is not fun. And if you ain't got no money, getting no money out of it is ridiculous. So, you know, I love John Silver. I mean, Silver, is his name Silver? I think his name is Silver. That guy is great. Anyway, let me get off this show now. You guys, I see I'm only on here. I gotta go now too. Yeah. You guys have been great. If you appreciate what we're talking about here, let's support the channel, as we always say. And now I don't know how to get off of here. Wait, what's that? I gotta figure out how. There's a button. Oh, X. Okay. So till we meet again, this is Amin Ross saying peace.